So how many guys do you know think of attraction or getting a girl as though it's a video game? How do I get this girl? How do I attract this girl? How do I make this girl like me? It's funny how most men are asking that question or those questions, but not many are asking the question of what can I do to attract this woman to me by me working on myself in such a way to make these women attracted to me. What I like to call this is results type of thinking or losers type of thinking. You're only focused on the results without thinking about how you can get the results from your own self. What you could do internally in order to make yourself that kind of guy, that kind of man. It's funny how that works. Oh yeah, she didn't chase me. No girls are loyal these days. I'm on dating apps and no one's matching with me. Those are results type of thinking. Okay, no one's matching with me, therefore I must not try again because clearly they're not matching with me. That is the worst type of thinking ever. That's how losers think. Not many men think of, maybe I'm not getting a lot of matches because maybe, to be honest, my pictures probably suck. Maybe I need to hire a photographer and pay him a couple $100. Maybe I need to work on my haircut. Maybe I need to work on my style. Maybe I need to work on the pictures themselves. But no, most of us don't think like that. Most of us want the easy way out. Oh, I go out with my buddies, I try to hit on these girls, but none of them like me back. Maybe it's because you have no confidence, you have no charisma, you have no this, no that, you don't even look good. You're not taking care of yourself. You don't need someone like me to tell you how to do this. If you were really honest with yourself, you just took a second to stop and think, you know what? Does this really seem like it's logical, like it makes sense? I'm failing with all these girls because I'm so ugly, I have the shittiest personality ever. I was just born with bad luck, whatever the hell type of excuse you want to give yourself. If you just stopped for a second and thought, maybe there are things that I could work on within myself to attract these women to me, to attract these circumstances in life to me that I want. They don't just come out of the blue. You don't just get a woman. You attract her. You do the internal work required in order to become the kind of man who attracts her. For example, me. I want to say about like 5 years ago, I had a decent amount of confidence, decent amount of game with women, but my pictures on the dating apps were not that great. And my physique, it was decent, but it was decent at best. I wasn't as confident as I am right now. I got better. Why? Because I worked more on myself. I worked on every single area of my life, every single aspect of my life. Some of the shit I used to do 5 years ago, it just makes me cringe looking back at it like, oh my goodness. How did I want that? Now I wouldn't even look that girl's way. And it's not even like to be petty or anything, but this is literally how I think, truthfully, God's honest truth. So back to our point, when you have that stupid results level thinking, you're not going to think like a winner. You know what it's like? It's like going to the gym 1 or 2 times and saying, oh yeah, I can't bench press 200 plus pounds, therefore there's no use. What? No, you can't bench press 200 pounds yet. So start growing your muscles, developing your muscles, going to the gym several times a week, eating cleaner, sleeping more, drinking a lot of water, eating more protein to build your muscles up to get to that point. You see how it all makes sense now? You have to think about it like that. What are you selling? Because think about it. Any relationship or any interaction, it's all about value exchange. You're exchanging your value and she's exchanging her value. There's mutual benefit. But if you're out here, average Joe Schmo, you have average everything, yet you expect a girl who's an 8 or a 9 out of 10 to look your way, what are you offering her, dude? Nothing. Maybe you have a decent sense of humor at best, but besides that, nothing. You have to think about it from her perspective. Are you really a complete package? Do you really think of yourself as a complete package? Are you really confident? Are you really this? Are you really that? Chances are you're not. If you're the type of guy who's asking the questions that I said earlier, of course. If you're a guy who has his shit together in every aspect of your life, that's completely different. I don't know you personally, but what I'm saying is, if you're like the first guy who's asking that question, then chances are you have a lot of work to do, dude. For years, for the rest of your life. I'm still working on myself till now. Sure, if I'm like preaching stuff onto, to you guys with these videos and stuff, it may seem like I'm a know-it-all, quote unquote, but truthfully, I'm still working on myself. There's a lot of things I'm working on in every aspect, financially, mentally, physically, everything, even with my style, everything. So to be honest, dude, a good way to look at what you need to work on is the results themselves. If you're one of those guys who has no success on dating apps, you probably need to work on your appearance, your pictures, and maybe your profile outline. If you're the type of guy who does well on like the first date, but you can't seem to get past it, work on that as well. There's something wrong with their compatibility or with how you're marketing yourself in that aspect specifically. If you can't even get a woman attracted to you, again, that's appearance issue. Got to work on your appearance, got to work on your first impressions. Maybe your first impressions are horrible. The bottom line is, dude, there's work to be done No matter what, that's how you have to think about it. Instead of thinking about it, oh, just the results. Oh yeah, that guy's a millionaire? Oh yeah, but it's so hard, man. Yeah, I'm not a millionaire yet. I tried to do what this guy told me for like 2 days, but none of it worked. That's exactly how losers think. And most of us, dude, most of us are losers. We put shit into our body. We watch shit content. We're hanging around with shit friends in terms of shit mindsets. We spend our money on shit, and then we expect to have good lives. It's common sense. Here's how I like to think of it. Just like I read in the book Atomic Habits, the author talks about identity-based goals or identity-based habits instead of outcome-based goals or habits. A person who's thinking of outcome-based habits is immediately thinking, how do I achieve so-and-so? Without developing the roots necessary to achieve so-and-so. I see way too many comments, basically on a daily basis, I swear to God, of guys asking me, oh yeah, coach, she was interested, but now she's not. What do I do? It doesn't take a rocket science to realize that she either lost attraction to you, or she found another guy who's better than you, or you did something or several things to turn her off in such a way. You don't need to be a rocket scientist if you really think about this. The answer to everything, as cliche as this sounds, is just literally work on yourself. Even if you're doing good, still work on yourself. That's still the answer. You're doing good, work on yourself. You're doing bad, work on yourself. Your relationship's going great, work on yourself. Your relationship is going south and you just got broken up with, work on yourself. You've attracted this really attractive woman, work on yourself. You didn't attract her, work on yourself to attract an even better girl. It goes on and on and on and on. Always think about identity-based habits or identity-based goals. It's actually the habits that you form that will make you get the goals. Girls are just one part of the package, to be completely honest. That's how you think about it. You have to think about it from that perspective. You have to think about it from the perspective of, I'm going to achieve so-and-so because I'm going to become the kind of person who naturally gets X, Y, and Z because I developed the roots and systems that will allow me to become that person, that will allow me to achieve X, Y, Z. I have long-term thinking. I have a winner's mindset. I don't have a loser's mindset. I don't have a instant gratification, quick fix type of mindset. No. I think in terms of long term, not short term. The more you think like that, the more you're actually going to start conditioning your mind to look for ways to become a winner instead of to become a loser. In every single way, shape, or form. Especially if you write them down on paper like I do. The things I'm grateful for, the things I want to be grateful for, and the things I have been grateful for in the past. I write them all down on a sheet. And I read them every single morning and right before I go to sleep. I read them out loud to myself because when you do that, you're starting to condition your mind that this is what your mind is going to look for. The traits that you want. You keep speaking about them in the present tense, and then your mind starts getting conditioned until you become that kind of person. You see, man, it's personal development in all shapes and forms and sizes. It's not just to get women. Women are just part of the package of becoming a better, more successful man. It's not just, oh, I want to get women. That's it. I'm done. No. So think about that, dude. Have a winner's mindset, a long-term thinking type of mindset, and truthfully start working on yourself and do exactly what I recommended in this video. And I guarantee you're going to see results in just a short amount of time if you really start following this to the T.